All right, let's talk about something every single traveler to China thinks about, but, might be a little shy to actually research. We're talking about toilets. So in this little guide, we're going to give you everything you need to know so you can navigate your trip like a pro.
So, you're planning that incredible adventure. You've got the flights, the itinerary is looking amazing, you're even practicing a few words of Mandarin. But there's that one little practical detail that's probably been nagging at you, right?
Yup, that's the one. It's the big unspoken question. So what's the bathroom situation going to be like? Well, you don't have to wonder anymore. Let's pull back the curtain and figure it all out.
Okay, so the good news is there are public toilets pretty much everywhere in China. The catch? They might not be the kind you're used to. And this brings us to what's probably the biggest toilet culture shock for most visitors. That's right, the squat toilet. It is not a myth, it is very real, and in a lot of public places, it's actually the norm. So the really important question is, how in the world do you use one?
Let's just break this down. Honestly, the key is to stop thinking of it as some kind of weird obstacle. It's just a different way of doing things. And once you get the what, the why, and the how, it's really not that intimidating.
So first off, what even is it? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's basically a porcelain fixture that's set into the floor. Instead of sitting down, you squat over it. That's really all there is to it. It's a simple design that's been used all over the world for a long, long time. So why are they still so common? Well, for one thing, on a practical level, they're cheaper to install and way easier to keep clean. But there's a cultural reason too. A lot of people believe they're more hygienic because, think about it, you're not making direct contact with a seat that a bunch of other people have used. Okay, here's your step-by-step guide. First, don't worry about which way to face. Seriously, even people on the Chinese internet argue about it, so you literally can't get it wrong. Just plant your feet on the textured parts on either side, get into a full, deep squat, lean forward just a little bit to keep your balance, and just relax. Don't rush. When you're done, just flush and wash up like you normally would. And here's something that will make a lot of you breathe a huge sigh of relief, especially if you're in the big cities. In airports, shopping malls, major tourist spots, you'll often find that the restrooms have stalls with both options, so you'll almost always have a choice.
All right, let's move on to our next point. And I'm not kidding, this might be the single most important piece of advice in this entire explainer. We're calling it the Great Paper Caper.
I want you to burn this sentence into your memory. In China, having toilet paper is on you. It's your personal responsibility. This is the one thing that catches so many travelers by surprise.
So why is that? Well, a lot of public restrooms just don't provide it. And even if they have a dispenser, there's a good chance it's empty. So you do what the locals do. You always carry a little pack of tissues with you. Make it a habit. Keep it in your pocket or your bag and make sure it's always stocked up. You will be so glad you did. Okay, now here's a fun fact. Public toilets in China are almost always free, which is awesome. But the actual experience can be, well, a total roll of the dice. You might find something super basic and then literally around the corner, find something from the future.
Yeah, you could be in a rural area and find a very simple, no-frills kind of place, and that's totally fine. But then in the big cities, they've been pouring money into public restrooms, and some of them are, wow, surprisingly high-tech.
And when I say high-tech, I mean it. You could walk up to a smart toilet that has a giant screen outside showing you which stalls are free and what the air quality is. Or you might find a scenic toilet with a massive window looking out over a gorgeous view. And yes, there are even toilets with mirrors that double as advertisement screens. It's a whole experience.
Okay, so we've gone through the what and the why of Chinese toilets. Now let's just put it all together into a super simple, easy-to-use survival guide so you can always find what you need right when you need it. So here it is, the last big question. You're out exploring a cool new neighborhood, you're having a great time, and then nature calls. What do you do? Well, the answer is probably already in your pocket.
Your new best friend is going to be a local map app. And this is important. Google Maps won't work in China. So download one like Amap or Baidu Maps. Then you just need to type in these two Chinese characters right here. They mean toilet and it's pronounced su sua, and just hit search. And boom, a map of all the nearby public restrooms pops right up. It's an absolute game changer.
So to wrap it all up, here's your survival kit. It's just 3 things. Number 1, always, and I mean always, carry tissues. Number 2, get a local map app on your phone and know those 2 characters for toilet. And number 3,
well, maybe doing a few squats before your trip wouldn't be the worst idea.
And that really is the best way to look at it. Learning to navigate these little cultural differences. That's what travel is all about. It broadens your horizons. And hey, in this case, it might just give you a free leg workout, too.